Prepare to get ruined. Hello, I'm Jessica York in the Dish Studio. Comic Adam Conover reveals hidden truths about everything you know and love on his truTV series, Adam Ruins Everything. You'll never see the world the same way again after you've seen it through Adam's eyes. truTV is channel 242 on Dish, and they have all new episodes of Adam Ruins Everything every Tuesday night. I recently sat down with Adam Conover to talk about his series, and you know what? He totally ruined our interview.
In America, we've become obsessed with the dangers of dehydration. People think that if they're not constantly drinking water, they risk death.
You're dehydrated, and you're dehydrated, and oh my God, you're practically a mummy.
But that fear is totally baseless.
Yeah, right, Pup. Everyone knows you have to drink 8 glasses of water a day.
Yeah, everybody knows that, but it's not true. No study has ever shown or even claimed that. It's just something people say.
Really? Now you tell me.
Water prevents cramps.
Oh, where'd you hear that?
From my coach.
And I heard it from my coach, and he heard it from his coach, and so on.
Well, you didn't hear it from science, because science says that ain't true.
Well, how much water am I supposed to drink?
Well, you can just drink when you're thirsty.
That's crazy. You're a crazy person. Who are you?
Oh, Patty, this is Tamara Hugh Butler. She's a professor of exercise science at Oakland University.
Our bodies already possess an extremely sensitive measure of dehydration. It's called thirst. As long as we drink when we feel thirsty, we really won't dehydrate. That's how humans have done it for millions of years, and it's worked out fine.
The fact is, truly dangerous levels of dehydration are incredibly rare and only occur in cases of extreme sickness or isolation.
As long as you have free access to water and you drink when you're thirsty, you'll be fine.
So this started out on College Humor
Yep.
and has grown, and it almost looks like if you just happened onto your show, it almost looks like it would be a commercial. That's how well done the production value is.
Oh, thank you for saying so.
And then you have all these great facts and your presentation. Has it always been that way? It's just like the production value has stepped up now that it's on a network, or give us the backstory.
Sure.
Adam.
Well, the show came from a combination of sort of 3 parts of me. Me as like an insufferable kid who read a lot of articles, read a lot of books, and always wanted to tell people why they were wrong about things. And then it came from me as a stand-up comic. There's a lot of sort of stand-up performance in it. And then me as a sketch comedy writer. So I was a sketch writer at College Humor, and at College Humor, sort of what we always prided ourselves on is that everything that we did would look better than everything else on the web. That the production value was so high. And so that's sort of why it has that look, as it came out of that College Humor culture of having everything, be on a really nice camera, on steady cam, and with really good costumes, and in a really good location. And then, yeah, we were absolutely able to step it up when we went to True.
Do you look at every situation with that sort of critical eye? Can you dismantle any place that you're in and truly ruin it?
Well, yeah, I do try to dismantle everything that I look at. I was, raised by academic parents. Both my parents are, college professors. I, unfortunately, was too ADD to make it through grad school, so I flunked out with a bachelor's. But, I studied philosophy in college, and that sort of teaches you to always undermine what you think you know, right? And always ask yourself, am I sure about this? Is this, just because something's been told to me, do I know that it's true, And that's just sort of the habit of mind that I was raised with. And so that's what I go throughout the world with. And in every situation, I'm always asking myself, why do we do things this way? Why are things this way? And the real overarching purpose of the show, in addition to making people laugh and telling people true facts about the world around them, is to try to help them develop that habit of critical thinking, of questioning why all the time. And it's been incredibly rewarding that a lot of kids have taken to the show. The show's on pretty late at night. I thought it would just be for adults. I've heard from a lot of kids as young as 8 that they really love the show, and that they love questioning things as a result. And so that's incredibly rewarding that we can sort of help people think that way.
That's awesome, breaking it down.
Yeah.
Taking a critical eye. Would you care to ruin this interview?
What about this interview could be ruined? We could talk about the fact that, look, our premiere this year is about Hollywood, and is about a lot of the artifice and illusion that go on in Hollywood. And so what I always tell people is that, you know, everyone in Hollywood, you know, see someone on TV, oh my God, they're so beautiful, look at how gorgeous they are. And you got to remember that they're in, you know, they're probably sweaty, they're under hot lights, there's weird equipment all around, there's like, you know, sort of sloppily dressed people with clipboards, you know what I mean? It's actually very unglamorous, right? So I could look around this interview and say the same thing. I mean, this probably, I'm sure this looks great on screen. We're just in some conference room in a hotel, you know what I mean? Well, this is all magic we're doing here. So, I mean, you can always apply that to any situation.
Look, folks.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Wow, that's great. You're right here live on camera. It happened.
Right, it happens. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm wearing my UGG boots. You know, you're right.
That's great.
You ruined everything.
That's great. Well, but see, here's the thing. I don't think it ruins things to know the truth, you know? Like, what we talk about in that episode is that we talk about how so much in reality shows is faked, for instance, you know? And you could look at that and say, well, oh, that's ruined it for me. Now I can't enjoy my show because I know everything's been faked, right? But I think once you know that perspective, it's better to know more, right? Because now you can watch the show and watch The Bachelor and go, man, how did they get those girls to say those crazy things? You know what? It's 3 in the morning and they're all hopped up on Red Bull or, you know, whatever it is.
Right.
And that gives you more context. It's more fun to know more.
Not everyone is a shill. Shailene Woodley would never sell out. She's a free spirit. She eats clay. I don't believe you.
Well, let's ask someone who knows. Oh, hi, Rachel.
Oh, hey, Adam. I was just showing my elbows to America.
Golden Globe winner / goddess Rachel Bloom. This is the coolest moment of my life. You look stunning. I bet you woke up like this.
No, I woke up like this. And so did everybody else here. Yeah, most of the time we look schlubbier than the crowd at a Dave Matthews concert. But anybody would look fantastic if they had a pit crew of hair and makeup experts Frankensteining them for 6 hours. Anyway, hey!
Your frock looks fab. Why did you choose it?
Oh, I didn't choose it. Those people did. So that's my stylist and the designer's marketing team. My stylist tells me what to wear, and then the designer's marketing team says yes or no, depending on whether or not they think I'll sell the product. Sometimes the designer can refuse to loan somebody a dress if that person doesn't fit their brand or has the wrong body type.
That's not style. That's not fashion.
No, it's advertising. Because when Mark McGrath asks, who are you wearing? All of America will hear that brand's name.
Exactly. I'm basically a human NASCAR.
Who are you wearing?
Oh, thank you for asking. My dress is by Valvoline. And my shoes are by Kraft. Kraft cheese. Oh, they're melting again.
The way I think about learning these things is that it's momentarily uncomfortable to learn that something that you have believed and cherished is wrong, but then ultimately you're always better off, you know? Now the illusion of your luscious locks have been broken a little bit, but now they know you a little bit better as a person.
And now we feel closer, right? I feel closer.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you haven't ruined yet that you'd like to ruin?
The subject matter of the show is just sort of like the sum of human culture and society, right? The number of topics we can do is limitless. There are some topics that we want to make sure that to be very careful to do correctly because we never want the show to be glib or easy or come to quick conclusions. We always want to make sure that we respect the seriousness of the topics that we're doing very silly comedy about. So, you know, there are topics that there are topics we're doing this year that we didn't do last year because we were like, you know what, let's take an extra year and make sure we got it right, and that we're finally doing now. And there are some more topics that, you know, God willing, we'll do next year that we this year says, let's hold off on that one. But there's nothing that we wouldn't do. Any situation, you know, you can always look more deeply into, and I think you can talk about any topic honestly and humorously. If you do it, also do it respectfully.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, and it does seem very tasteful and respectful. Although I was watching your NFL breakdown and thinking, I wonder if you've ruined sponsorships for your show. Like, Gatorade is probably like, I don't think we're gonna sponsor Adam Ruins Everything.
Well, you know, they might not sponsor our show specifically, but look, I think that it's really to you know, truTV's credit that they let us do the things that we do, and it's because we never take cheap shots. We're always just telling people the facts about these topics, you know. And our show is fact-checked. You know, we have researchers making sure that everything that we say, that we're not exaggerating, that we're right on the money. And so my hope is that, you know, any one of these brands, say when we do criticize a brand, that they could watch the show and say, that an executive from that company could watch the show and say, oh, okay, that's fair. You know, they got us. You know, and we could have a dialogue about it.
Pats, look, we're on TV. Hey, Murph.
Oh, where's that Stephen A. Smith? I've always wanted to kick his ass.
The NFL claims to take concussions seriously, but the rate of diagnosed concussions keeps rising. And those are just the ones we know about.
The truth is, our national conversation about brain injuries in football misses the point entirely because concussions are just the tip of the iceberg, huh? What's happening?
Oh, I changed the prompter. Just go with it.
The brain disorder found in football players is called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. And here's the hard truth. It's not just caused by concussion.
Wait, really?
Yes, really. It's also caused by the tiny, run-of-the-mill hits that happen dozens of times a game. Plays like this one.
Ooh, that was unremarkable.
This one.
Booyah! Those are common.
Or even this one.
Howza! I'm snoring because that was boring.
Exactly. These are totally routine tackles and plays that happen over and over again in every game, especially to linemen. But research now shows that even little hits like these cause CTE, which can lead to lifelong memory loss, depression, aggression, dementia, anxiety, and even suicide.
Hold up, Potshot. How do tiny little baby hits like that cause dementia?
Good question. Let's go to the premier expert in this field, Dr. Ann McKee, professor of neurology at Boston University and director of the CTE Center. Thanks for joining us, Ann.
Thanks, Adam. Unfortunately, it's true. CTE isn't just caused by concussions. It's also caused by the small subconcussive hits that build up over time. If you play football at any level, the chronic hits to the head will cause brain damage.
Well, that's easy. Why don't they just build better helmets?
That will never work. When the body and head suddenly stop, the brain stretches, breaking its internal structures. Unless you can fit a helmet inside your skull, there is no way to stop it. People are so cynical about the media, and they say, well, you can never get any truth on television, you know? And I really hope that our show proves that that's not true, that you really can have true factual information, that it's not a biased medium simply because there's ads on it, you know? We even criticized, at one point in the season, we criticized the cable industry, and we are on cable, and our, you know, parent company is owned by a cable conglomerate, you know? That's one of the companies that we criticize, and, you know, no one said, hey, this is gonna hurt our bottom line if you do it. They said, all right, well, it's true, so people wanna hear it, and we're gonna benefit by getting the truth out there. And so that's something that I'm really proud of.
Great. Adam ruined cynicism.
Exactly.
Way to go.
I'm so happy you said that because I really do think that the show is anti-cynicism, and that it's a very optimistic, hopeful show. The ruining thing, that's why it's funny, right? Because I'm destroying stuff. At the end of the day, we hope that you learn something and that you feel better for it.
Adam ruins everything, and I like it. Catch all new episodes Tuesday nights on truTV. That's channel 242 on Dish. Just remember, True 242. And if you just can't get enough of truTV, you can find all the best of the channel on demand and on your computer, tablet, or smartphone with Dish Anywhere. My thanks to Adam and everyone at truTV. Don't miss the insights and the laughs when Adam ruins everything. Tuesday nights on 242. In the Dish studio, I'm Jessica York.
Hey, Dish viewers, I'm Adam Conover, and please watch my show, Adam Ruins Everything. We're back with all new episodes August 23rd on truTV.